Hey guys, AscendantGod here with Raid Shadow Legends, and I am going to show you some examples on Spider, Tayrel versus Tomb Lord. Overall, just doing a brief comparison here of Tomb Lord versus Tayrel. A lot of people are trying to say since the patch 1.10 where Tomb Lord was supposedly buffed up, he's now great. And when he was in God mode on this, sure, yeah, he was great. This is since they nerfed him again. They brought his poisons down to only one turn, and they made it so he can't get multiple turns from his A3, only one turn per cast of A3. I'm going to show you guys why it is that Tomb Lord is not that amazing. I'm going to start here with Spider. I'm going to go ahead and show you. So I'm going to do this on auto because I'm doing the mission right now, and this is kind of what spurred on me deciding to do this video here, because I'm just going to let it go on auto and kind of talk to you, and you can see firsthand what's going to happen here. Now, note too that right now it's the red, so considering Tayrel is blue, he's actually weak against this affinity, yet you're going to see him blow Tomb Lord clear out the water on this encounter. Here's the reason why. Number one, like I've told people numerous times in my debate of, say, Tomb Lord versus Tayrel or Tomb Lord versus War Maiden, is that, yes, he does have that attack down along with his defense down. However, he doesn't have any damage that goes along with it. That is the big problem there. Is that, say, with Tayrel, every time he's doing his defense down, he's also doing a significant amount of damage. And the great thing is that his damage actually scales off of his defense, because all of his attacks scale off of defense. So you can load him up with a ton of defense and have him do a significant amount of damage. Now, that's one of the issues. The other issue is with his turn meter reduction. Again, it does a significant amount of damage. If you see when this is probably the, no, that wasn't, I don't think that was the turn meter reduction, but when he does his turn meter reduction and when it crits for a ridiculous amount. His A3 hits really, really hard and reduces the turn meter, which is great. Now, again, with Tomb Lord, albeit his A3 can reduce the turn meter along with, you know, the weakness and the, what else is that? The weakness and the, I mean, not weakness, excuse me, attack down and defense down. But he just doesn't compare to Tayrel on this. You look at Tayrel, and when he does his defense down, he's hitting all of these spiders for a significant amount of damage and giving them a defense down, making them even more susceptible to everybody else's damage on the team. And yes, his A1 has a weakness for only one, I mean an attack down, excuse me, for only one champion, but the thing is that his damage compensates for the lack of an AoE attack down that Tomb Lord has. So you can see right now in this encounter, my champions are going strong. Even though he's weak against this affinity, he's still hitting them hard. He's still bringing those defense downs to the table, still reducing the turn meter of the spider when it's not a weak hit, and he's making the spider have an attack down at all times. So what he's bringing to the table right now is the attack down on the spider, defense down to all of the other little spiderlings, and then a turn meter reduction when he does his A3. I'm not sure when he might do his A3. Yeah, there's his A3. Okay, so see, he didn't reduce the turn meter because of the fact that this is a weak affinity. But at the same time, if you just saw, if you need to play it back, just look at how much damage he did to the spider. It was a significant amount of damage. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was a weak affinity, he most likely would have knocked his turn meter down too. So, anyway, again, you can see that right now with this fight, Spider's almost down. My team is going strong. There's never been a single point here where it's gotten close to worrying about losing a champion. Spider's going down. As far as I haven't even seen them attack me once. So see, I went strong in this. Now this is only stage 11, but right now I'm still working on my team here. Bellower has none of his masteries yet, except for like maybe the first tier or two. That's a really bad amulet, but anyway, I desperately need banners too. That's another thing that I'm doing this for, along with this mission. So I really need some banners. Alright, so now I'm going to swap out Tayrel for Tomb Lord. And note too that he has a strong affinity against the spider right now. Alright? So, here we go. And again on auto. And all things considered right now, yeah, Tayrel could get some better gear. He could get a banner. Tomb Lord could get some better gear. And there's some things that he's lacking right now. But all things considered, this is a fair comparison of Tomb Lord to Tayrel right now. The only thing that I'm missing on Tomb Lord right now is a few of those skill books to lower the cooldowns on his A3. But the thing is you also have to consider that with Tayrel, he's an epic. It's much easier to get those tombs. I've put a few tombs into Tomb Lord already, and money-wise, value-wise, I've put just as much into Tomb Lord currently as I have Tayrel regarding tombs. So, in all fairness, they are equal with each other right now. Now, Tomb Lord, yes, I could skill him up some more with some of the tombs, and he could become a little more powerful here, but it's not going to make a huge difference on this. It might be one turn, I think it's one turn less that he would actually have that A3 for the weakness, but I'm compensating for it with Painkeeper 2, though, where she has that cooldown reduction. So, let's see, I'm going fairly strong, but some of these spiders look like they're about to attack right now. Hopefully, alright, great, Natural took them out. Alright, so still going strong with this team, so far so good. Now, Tomb Lord, albeit he is bringing us slow to the spider, making sure that the spider is getting slowed because his A1 does have a slow on it. He is weakening the spiders with that A3, doing the turn meter reduction with the A3 and the defense down, so he's doing all three of those. I do have Bellower for the defense down too right now, though, and Bellower is so much better here for the defense down than Tomb Lord is, simply because of the fact that with Bellower, every single one of his attacks is an AoE attack. So, Bellower is an amazing champion for this, for those of you who don't know. Nethril is as well, albeit, like, he does have his poisons. The poisons, when he does them, they're going to eat away at the spider herself. And then, with his A2 and his A3, both are AoE attacks, so those are really nice. His A3 actually knocks down the turn meter of the spider. Ooh, okay, so the spider just had our turn meter. See, that's where Tomb Lord can be good as well, is Tomb Lord just knocked down the turn meter of the boss, and because of it, he got an extra turn because of that A3, where I believe it's now where, with his A3 attack, with his attack down and the defense down, if the target had less than half of their turn meter at the time, I believe it's that he gets an extra turn with it. So that is kind of nice. I mean, it is nice that he gets an extra turn. The problem is that his extra turn, he's either going to use his A1, which does not that much damage. It does slow, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and there's plenty of other champions I have that can slow down the enemies. The other thing that he does is, with his A2, the poisons that he puts out, which, with the poisons, yes, they're nice. On this encounter, though, not particularly amazing, simply because of the fact that those spiderlings don't have a whole lot of hit points. You really don't want to put poisons on them. You want to take them out altogether. And you notice with Bellower, when he crits, he's one-shotting them. With Nethril, he's oftentimes one-shotting them. Even with my healer, Painkeeper, a lot of times, she nearly one-shot all of these. They're down to like a sliver of life. So, okay. So, it looks like in this encounter, I'm going to give it, he actually kept up with Tayrel. I'm going to give him that. There was a handful of times here, though, where those spiders got really close to attacking with Tomb Lord here, whereas with Tayrel, it wasn't as close. It wasn't as much of a concern there. So, that's a part of the issue here. Next, we're going to go ahead and take it to... Alright, great. So I have some more there. You can see I'm doing the missions. Still have 5 more missions, so I still have to do some more of these. Regretfully, these don't offer banners. I wish they offered banners. I really need more banners. Love to get accuracy banners. But anyway, now I'm going to take it to the arena. Now, I'm going to change up my arena team a little bit here, just because usually I take out the enemy no problem with my team right now. Okay, because I have the speed aura. She has all speed gear right now, so I'm pretty much always get the first turn. She has an amazing amount of speed here. Look at the 104 with 126 boost. But again, see, missing a banner because I just don't have banners. I'm missing so many banners. So anyway, but she has all speed gear, really powerful right now as far as her speed, and then she has that turn meter boost. So I feel like I can play with my arena team a little bit here and I can be okay. Nethril is amazing for arena, so if you don't know much about Nethril, definitely watch my arena spotlight on him. Actually, not the arena, excuse me, just champion spotlight. But anyway, so I'd say Bystifus is better than Inithway in here, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to knock out Inithway to stick in Tayrel and Tomb Lord, and I'm going to do a few battles with each of them in here, just to show the comparison. Now again, keep in mind that with Tayrel, his A2 does only do a defense down compared to Tomb Lord's that also has the weakness. However, at the same time, Tayrel's also does that damage. Now see here, this is why I'm not worried, because now my Nethril's getting to go first. He has his A3, which reduces the turn meters, but I'm not really talking about my other champions, so you can always look into the other arena battles to see what's going on here as far as those mechanics. But now I want to do that decreased defense on everybody, so that's up next. Boom, gonna take out her. Did damage these other guys, and now all of them have the defense down, which is beautiful. I'm gonna lock down... hard to say who I want. I want to lock down, I guess, him, just because I don't want him to heal. Alright, but yeah, it's pretty much game over at this point anyway. Just going to auto this up. But you can see he came in really useful because he has the defense down on both of these champions. Now, the only other thing we're going to have to consider here is that, again, with Tomb Lord, I put, you know, value for value just as much into him with Tombs as Tayrel, but his is not... Ooh, I'm not going to take somebody with that high of a team power. His is not quite maxed yet as far as Tomb Lord. So, anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this. And I'll do a comparison later on. Eventually, I might max out Tomb Lord's Tombs, but I just don't know if it's worth it. The thing is I have so many other champions that can do the same thing as Tomb Lord, but yet bring more to the table than Tomb Lord does. I just don't know if it's worth maxing out Tomb Lord. The only fight where he really shines is in the Fire Knight's castle, simply because of the fact that his A1 is a 3-hit, and it slows the boss down, and, you know, with his skills at that point, then yes, he's great for the castle, but the thing is that's only one encounter that he really shines in. Alright, so again, here comes Tayrel. Gonna go at everybody with the defense down. Ooh, alright, so apparently they have a lot of resist. So he did do a little bit of damage, no defense down here though. So this is why I need to do a handful of encounters, because with some of the encounters, it's going to be a tough call because of how much resistance they have. So I'm going to do a handful though here, so video might be a little bit long, but bear with me. It's the only way to do a fair comparison is to put them up against each other in multiple battles, because again, you don't know what's going on with the enemy here. Alright, so I'm gonna come at her with the A1 just because I want to weaken her. Oh, but no, I figured I probably thought she was gonna die out anyway. Okay, so I can auto this out now. So again, this was an encounter where neither Tomb Lord or Tayrel would have been particularly valuable overall because of the fact that this team seemed to have a lot of resistance. And that is the weakness of both Tayrel and Tomb Lord, is that since the big things they bring to the table is debuffs, if the opposing team has a high amount of resistance, it's going to hit their soft spot. Now these two I should be fine with, because with Spirit Host she only has 10%, I have 19%, so yeah, so all things equal, I should be perfectly fine here. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to have to refill my arena tokens, but I have plenty of arena tokens right now, so I am fine as far as that. Alright, look at this. Look at how low down theirs are compared to mine. I had to boost everybody up. Everybody goes first. Even if they have resist over here, and he doesn't knock down their turn meters, I still boost up everybody's turn meters so much that it's just, they're usually going to go first still anyway. Alright, so here we go. Boom. Ooh. Yup, all 4. Defense down. Amazing. Absolutely amazing there. Alright, I don't want his weakness to hit me in defense down, so I'm going to... alright. So that didn't happen. That's okay. I only got 2 of my champions, so I'm still okay here. Still going strong. He should go again before they... No. Nope, they got a turn. Okay, that's alright. I'm going to stun most of them now. Ooh. They must have... Alright, I'm gonna have to knock him down, so I do not want him... I do not want him giving them the boost or a heal. Alright, so knocked his turn meter down. It's hard to say what to do here. Alright. I don't want her giving them the skill up, so I'm going to take her out. Alright, so here we go. Oh, great, great. So, knocked him out. Alright, good. Now I'm good. Not going to have to worry about him taking out all of my champions. There's no way that's going to happen. Great, going to get a weak attack down. Oh, no, just going to kill him. Great. Alright. So see, again, this is why I need to do multiple battles in here, because some of these teams do have a lot of resistance. In my opinion, I feel like defense is more valuable overall than going with the resist, simply because of the fact that resist is situational. Like, if they have a team that is focused on things like Athel and Kale, who is really just more about raw damage than anything. Alright, they're a little bit higher than me, but I should be fine, just because I'm going to get that first attack, or at least I should get the first attack here. So, anyway, but the thing is that with resist, it's situational, because again, if they have champions that are just focused on raw attack, like say they have Athel, they have Kale, they have, what is this girl, Hyria, or whatever her name is, then the problem is, alright, so here we go, let's see what happens here. Okay, so the problem is that resistance isn't going to do any good against them, whereas defense, you know, is always going to come in useful against the enemy. So I feel like focusing on defense rather than resist is more surefire. I mean, if you can get some resistance, say if you have a banner, you don't have any banners for, you know, anything else that's that great, you have a resist one or an accuracy, depending on your debuffs, like, yeah, sometimes resist is better to go with. So it can't hurt if you have the option of getting some extra resist. Sure, go for it. But in my opinion, if you're comparing resistance to... Alright, gotta reset this. If you're comparing resistance to... yeah, gonna go here. I'm gonna do a couple more. But if you're comparing resistance to defense, I would say for the most part, your better bet is to go with the defense rather than resistance. Just because right now, perfect example, Athel, and you see her a lot just because her AoE hits so freaking hard, but you're not worried about her debuffs, you're worried about her attack. Alright, so here we go. Knock them down. Beautiful. Alright, defense down. Okay, hopefully, yeah, he's going to go before them, so great. I definitely want to lock her down because I would rather take the defense. Actually, I don't know. That's a tough call. I'm going to go... well, yeah, she's actually weaker, too, so I might be able to even take her out. She's got... Nope. Alright. Oop. Ooh, I was very fortunate. He did not defense down any of mine, and I don't even gear resistance. That's surprising. That's very surprising. Maybe he doesn't have all the skill ups on Tayrel. Maybe that's why, or just doesn't have much accuracy on him. I don't know. That's really weird. I'm very, very surprised to see that he didn't do any defense down at all on any of my champions, because that was an AoE, so you know with an AoE, that's Tayrel's A2 as defense down. That's the only AoE he has. Alright, so I think maybe one more battle here with Tayrel, and then I'm going to go ahead and swap Tomb Lord in here so you can see. Or actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do it now just because I don't know how many of these are going to be viable with Tomb Lord. So let me swap in Tomb Lord just for now. Alright, so... And now you see 77,327 compared to 76,936. So... essentially, Tomb Lord should be more powerful. Looking at the raw team power, supposedly he is. But you're going to see what goes wrong here. Now, Alright, so gonna knock the turn meters down, and this turn meter knockdown with Nethril and Tomb Lord are actually gonna go really well together, because you see on his A3 here where he gets an extra turn if an enemy's turn meter is reset by the skill. Okay, and it resets the turn meter. Actually, no, I stand corrected, because it's for enemies with less than 50% hit points. Actually, Nethril rarely gets them below 50%, so no, I stand corrected. For some reason I was thinking if it was less than half their turn meter. I think that's what it used to be before the buff. So anyway, so all that he's going to bring to the table right now is the defense down and the attack down. So let's see what happens here. There's a lot of reds, so this is going to be rough. But, okay, so he actually brought a lot to the table right there. He actually debuffed a lot of them, so okay. The only problem is he did absolutely no damage compared to where Tayrel normally does damage. Now, I need to lock down Gorgorath, because if not, he's going to resurrect whoever I take out. Alright, beautiful. So this battle here is over. Alright, done deal. He's going to stun them. Oh, take them all out. Yeah, say killing them is better. Alright, great. Let's go on the next ones. Alright, I'm going to see if I get somebody more powerful. 60,000 I feel is almost not fair. 56. I mean, the thing is you can't really always go by the team powers, because team powers are just some kind of rough estimate. I don't know exactly how they do it. I'm trying to look for champions that have the speed auras. Alright, 79. Here we go. Alright, so this should be a fair comparison. They might even get the first turn here, who knows. See, this is where I need to do a handful of battles, though, because you really don't know what's going on the opposing team. So far, every single time I've had the first turn, which has been a fair basis. Alright, so here we go. Knock the turn meters down. Here we go with him. Now, again, he's not... This is what's bad about him in Arena, is that by the time you do your A3 with him, you want to put out the A3 as soon as possible, because you want to decrease the enemy's defense ASAP, so that when your champions are doing their most powerful attacks, whether it be usually their A3 or their A2, that the enemy's defense is already down. The thing is that if you've only attacked with one champion, or even no champions yet, which in most encounters, ideally without a turn meter reduction like Nethril, you would want him going first after, say, a turn meter booster here, or if not, the first turn altogether. The thing is that the enemy is not going to have less than 50% hit points, so it's not going to reset a turn meter. He's not going to get the extra turn, so all that he's bringing to the table is the debuffs here. So see, again, great with the debuffs, but no turn meter reduction. So here we go. Locking her down just because I don't want her to hit me with that AoE. Alright, so pretty much done deal here. Alright. He can take a decent hit because I'm not really worried about his attack. He has a decent amount of defense. Because again, he doesn't do a significant amount of damage anyway, so it doesn't make much sense to really load him up with a ton of attack. What makes sense is a lot of accuracy on him, and a high crit rate, of course, because his... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and attack some of these guys. But you never know, even though this is kind of low, some of the other ones I attacked with Tayrel were fairly low too. But regardless, it's giving you a fair comparison. You can see that, again, with Tomb Lord, he's not offering any damage when he has his turn. He's only debuffing them, and if they have a debuff removal, like say Spirit Host, all those debuffs are going to be gone. Alright, looks like Kale's about to go, so I'm going to lock him down. Athel is more of a threat than Kale is when it comes to the AoE usually. Like when it comes to gear, like all gear, all stats equal, Athel hits harder, but I was more worried about Kale just because his turn meter was right there. I knew he was going to get a turn. Alright, and game over. So, alright, so again, you know, Tomb Lord was pretty decent in here. But, again, did not do damage like Tayrel does with that defense down. He does bring the attack down along with it, which is nice. So, and again, you know, keep in mind that with Tomb Lord, you need legendary tombs to max him out. With Tayrel, you only need epics. With War Maiden, if you're going to use War Maiden for the defense down, she only needs rare tombs. The only reason I went with Tayrel is because Tayrel is great for clan boss, and I have him for clan boss. That's why I prefer him over War Maiden. and why I maxed him out instead of her. So, alright, here we go. First turn again. And a lot of these haven't been a fair basis comparison because my other champions here are so amazing. I mean, with her having so much speed, Nethril knocking down the turn meters, it's almost unfair what I do in Arena now. Alright, so, yeah, see, again, he did a lot of debuffs here. So, I mean, albeit... Oh, and I actually got an extra turn here now, finally. Alright, so let me show you. Even when he does get his extra turn here, though, thing is this attacks an enemy... Okay, now right now he doesn't have the Ascension. Normally if it crits he would get it, and I have him so that he always crits. He's over 100% crit rate. But regardless, gave them some poison. The thing is in Arena usually poisons aren't that great because it's only a percentage of the enemy's hit points, and you see that one of hits of Nethril's alone knocks somebody down below 50% hit points. So, you know, when you're looking at a maximum of 20% per enemy compared to, you know, over 50% of the champion's hit points, it's you can hit harder with champions that aren't focused on poisons. Poisons just aren't something that's really that amazing for Arena. But, you know, the first time now finally though you saw where Tomb Lord actually got an extra turn because of the fact that he went down. But now the thing is, you have to keep in mind, are you going to have a team like I do with Nethril where he has a turn meter reduction where it makes sense for him to go before Tomb Lord does? Because with most teams, they're not going to get that extra turn because usually Tomb Lord's going to be going first, means the enemy hasn't had any damage done to them yet, so he's not going to get an extra turn from his A3, which means you're not going to get any damage with his defense down. You might get the attack down along with it, which is nice, but you're not going to get that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out in here. See, we've done a handful of battles with him, so I'm going to go ahead and put Tayrel back in here. So you can take another look. And again, just keep in mind that with Tomb Lord, yes, he was giving that attack down. Now Tayrel is going to bring defense to the table as well. Okay, so he's going to do defense down, and he's doing... Look at how much damage he just did. You can't get that with Tomb Lord. You cannot get that damage with Tomb Lord. That is what I'm saying about with Tayrel is just better as far as a defense down champion most of the time in Arena. Yes, that attack down is great, but the thing is that you don't need Tomb Lord's attack down if you kill the enemy. And that's the thing, is you're going for the kill. There's too many things that can go wrong with a debuff with Tomb Lord. Like, yes, you can get an attack down on enemies, but if they have a Spirit Host, they could remove it. If they have another debuff removal champion, they could remove it. There's no way of removing damage that was done from Tayrel, unless, of course, a healer. But with a healer's going to be a threat to Tayrel or Tomb Lord. The thing is there's things that are not a threat to Tayrel doing the damage and the defense down that are a threat to Tomb Lord, which is, again, debuff removals, or, you know, again, maybe champions aren't dependent on attack, like, say, champions like Tayrel that are defense-based attackers, or, say, champions that are hit-point-based attackers. The thing is that reducing their attack is not going to even do any good, whereas damage is always going to do good as far as Tayrel. Okay, so it looks like might have a little bit of a concern here, because they actually got some turns. Alright, but everybody has defense down, which is nice right now, so I still have an upper hand because of that. Everybody, there we go. Alright, so I should be good now. Okay, so since she's about to go, I'm going to knock her turn meter down here. Boom. And she's done. Alright, so I'm going to take her out. The other two are stunned. This is why Nethril is just absolutely beautiful in here. I mean, he is carrying champions more often than not in Arena. He really is amazing. He was the second legendary that I ever got. Okay, so you saw an encounter where they actually did get a turn and did some damage here. It was a little bit of a threat. And, alright. Good. Another win. Alright, and great. Okay, so again, another battle with Tayrel. I'm going to keep Tayrel in here for a little bit because you can see when he does his damage, and especially when he crits, his crits can be devastating. I don't have as much crit rate on him as I'd like to, but it's because, again, I have him focused on Clan Boss, which means my main priorities with him was, you know, the accuracy I needed for the debuffs, speed for it, and I'm going to Boom. Great. Everybody's got the defense down. Lock. Kale down. Yeah, I'm going to lock him down just because she probably won't get a turn before my Nethril does. Alright, this should be over now. Yeah. Stun. Oh, no stun. Wow. They must have a decent amount of resist. Oh, and she just healed herself too. It's alright though. She's stunned now. And game over. Alright, great. So again, you can see with Tayrel, again, I feel like he's more valuable in Arena than Tomb Lord is, because again, when he does that damage, the only thing that's going to fix the damage is healer, whereas with Tomb Lord, you know, with that attack down, it just takes a debuff removal or him missing it and he doesn't do the debuff. And you know, the thing is that there's no missing with damage. You're always going to do at least some damage. Oh, here's somebody with that, I don't know if that's a Veil or Perfect Veil. I'm assuming that's probably a Veil since I can kind of see the champion. This is actually the first time that I've seen one of those. Personally, I don't think it's anything that spectacular. Oh, but it did miss the debuff on him because of it. So, okay, maybe I stand corrected. Maybe that is fairly useful. Alright, gonna lock Gord down. Alright, and... Alright, game over. Yeah, wow. She didn't do hardly any damage. That's great. So yeah, fortunately, since I do have a couple of my... Well, three of my 4 champions here geared for Clan Boss. Actually, excuse me, 2 of the 4, because she's no longer geared for Clan Boss. But since I have 2 of the 4 geared for it, they do have quite a bit of defense and hit points. Not focused on Arena. If I was focused on Arena, I would focus all-out attack and the cruel sets, just because my priority is to go first. So I'm not worried about any defense or resistance, because ideally my goal in Arena is to go first and kill them before they can even hit me. That is how you get the most wins. That's what gets you to gold 4. Alright, so I got 5 more here. Gonna do, let me see what's going on here. 78,000. Alright, so let me see. I'm gonna go, this battle might last a little while. So, and actually, since you have Tayrel on this team, I'm gonna go ahead and pit Tayrel against Tomb Lord. Here we go. This is assuming that my speed doesn't get them to the point where their turn meters are reduced and stunned and all of that. It's the point where they don't even get to go. Well, let's see what happens here. Alright, so speed up. Turn meters down. Alright. Great, here we go. Let's see what happens. Alright, so yeah, see, he did quite a bit. That's good. Alright, so 2 attack downs, 3 defense downs, so that's good. So far looking good. Alright. I'm trying to see. Okay, I think he has something where he becomes unkillable and something. I don't remember exactly what he does, but pretty sure that he's going to be a pretty big threat, so I want to take him out first. Alright. Go ahead and stun. This should be game over. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm going to auto this out, so... Yeah, again, Tomb Lord came in useful here. I feel like Tayrel would have been better because he would have done that defense down along with reducing the damage. Because you saw, like, the enemy really, they didn't even get barely any turns. And that's ideally what you want in Arena, is you don't want the enemy to get any turns. You want to have turn meter boosts, and you want to have either a ton of damage or turn meter manipulators or lockdowns like I do, to keep the enemy from even really being able to attack, which means that in that kind of circumstance, this attack down doesn't matter much, because the enemy really shouldn't be attacking you much, if at all. And with Tayrel, the fact that he has the chance of killing the enemies outright with his damage, compared to Tomb Lord, where his A3 doesn't do any actual damage, it's riskier. There's more things that could go wrong with Tomb Lord than there is that could go wrong with Tayrel. I'm going to do a few more rounds here, and then I think we're going to be about done. Okay, so yeah, I definitely want to... Ooh, and it looks like he's going to get an extra turn because of the fact that this person's below 50%. But see, if this was Tayrel, it would have killed her. The thing is now she's still alive because of the fact that he doesn't do damage with it. Although, since I got an extra turn, I can go ahead and do these poisons, so I'm going to at least get poisons on the enemy. But you're going to see when it's their turns, the poisons aren't going to do much. There's only 1 poison on her. That's 5% of her hit points. That's nothing compared to what Tayrel could have done. So, alright. So again, this is just an example of where I feel like he's not as good as Tayrel. He's decent, albeit he's decent. If you don't have Tayrel, Tomb Lord, sure, he's great. The thing is, Tayrel is absolutely amazing. So if you have Tayrel, he's better. The thing is War Maiden, also, again, another champion that does a defense down along with damage, and I hate to say it, but I feel like with Tomb Lord in his current state, he's worse than War Maiden. I hate to say that because yes, he does bring a little bit more to the table, but the thing is he doesn't bring damage with that A3, and you can see the majority of the time he's not getting that extra turn because the enemy's hit points haven't been reduced enough yet. If they have been, then Tomb Lord doesn't serve much point, because what's the point in getting a defense down against the enemy if you've already done your strongest attacks? By that point, it's like, well, what good is he doing other than the attack down? But then again, with the attack down, if he's going later on in the turn, is he even doing it before the enemy has had chances to blow their strongest cooldowns, which again devalues the notion of an attack down. The attack down is supposed to be to weaken them with their biggest threats, which is their hardest hitting attacks like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is not good. This is not good at all. What's going on here? Okay, that was weird. The whole thing locked up. Shoot. Alright, this is not looking good. I might actually lose this. Oh, jeez. Wow. Wow. Alright, so if I do lose this, I'm going to go ahead and swap the two out and see what happens with Tayrel in here instead. This is great. I mean, I hate losing, of course, but it's a great opportunity to be able to compare the two. Alright, so here we go. A chance to take her out, so I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to win this one, though. Yeah, because she's going to get an extra turn now, and there goes my Katoon, there goes my extra turns. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't see any way that I'm going to possibly win this. Jeez, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, but the thing is that their hit points are so low, there's no way this is going to happen, because he's going to get a turn. He's going to take out both of them with one shot. Here he goes. Down. Yep. Alright, so, great. Perfect opportunity here for me to compare the two. So now, I'm going to pull out Tomb Lord, going to put Tayrel in there. Let's see what happens now. Okay, so this is finally a team that actually poses a little bit of a threat for me. Okay, and here we go. Alright, so speed up. Knock that turn meter down. Great. She resisted again. Okay, so here we go. And do the defense down and damage. Now again, remember, Tomb Lords didn't do damage. Look at the damage that Tayrel's going to do here. Boom. Alright, it's not a huge damage. It seems like they have a lot of resist, but every single one of them got the defense down, which is good. Alright, now she hits devastatingly hard. I want to... it's hard to say. See, every single one of his is an AoE. Hers, she only has one AoE, so I want to lock her down. I'm going to prioritize. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's not good. Alright. Advantage that I have, though, is the beast. Oh, there we go. Good. Now, look. I have the upper hand because Tayrel did some damage. And then now, look at the great thing about him is that now I can go ahead and knock down somebody's turn meter. I don't want him taking a turn and knock down that turn meter. Great. Now look at this. Look at, I won. Here, case in point. I rest my case. That's it. This fight here, I rest my case. Tayrel versus Tomb Lord right there. Tayrel won. That's it. That's it. It's game over. I don't even need to do anything else. Alright, I'll go ahead and I'll do one more battle here just because they got a Skull Crusher. They got Gorg. His speed is actually higher, so this might be another team that could be a threat to me. Let's see. If I do win this, then I'm going to do this. This is the last battle. If I lose this one, I'm going to actually refill my tokens again just to do the comparison between the two of them again. I'm really, really glad that I finally had an encounter that I lost so I could actually compare the two where one lost and the other one actually won. Oh, jeez. Alright, so here we go. This looks like Gorgorath might get to do that buff to everybody. And I don't have anybody with 50%, so I'm not going to get an extra turn, so... Alright, ooh, well... did weaken everybody, so that's actually, he did bring something useful there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lock him down because I don't want him giving that strength buff to everybody, and I certainly don't want him resurrecting people. Oof. They knew enough to put a lot of either defense or hit points on him to keep him from going down. That's one of the things that I do love about Inithway in here. When I do have Inithway in here, alright, I'm going to take her out. Nice. Looked like she just spurt green blood. That was amazing. Alright, now... Oh, he's not locked down. This might be a bad thing. No, hopefully this should kill him. Ooh, no, it did. Ooh, yes, there we go. That's where a poison actually came in useful for once. Okay, so I didn't get to compare the two, but you saw where it was a little close there, where there might have been points where they could have gotten off buffs. They could have gotten a chance to wail on me, whereas if I had Tayrel going there and he had the defense down along with the damage, decreasing their attacks wouldn't have mattered because Tayrel would have helped me to take out the opposing team anyway, so there wouldn't have been any damage to worry about with that, with the attack down that Tomb Lord offers. So I think that about clears it here. I know I've been doing this for a while now, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I think you've had a fair comparison of the two there with, you know, Tomb Lord and Tayrel, and you could again see that with the stats in Arena, you know, that the two of them, they're not that far off. Power 21,614, power 21,223. They're very, very close to each other. At least they're supposed to be. Yet you saw where Tayrel was better than Tomb Lord. So again, I rest my case. You guys see, Tomb Lord is good. And don't get me wrong, Tomb Lord is a great champion. If you don't have Tayrel, Tomb Lord can be great. The only downside on Clan Boss with him is that even when his Blight is maxed, you still can't keep up the attack down constantly, whereas with Tayrel you can, which even on Clan Boss makes Tayrel superior. In Arena, Tomb Lord he just can't do it. He can't compare to Tayrel. He's great. If you don't have Tayrel, again, Tomb Lord can be amazing. Just Tayrel is even more amazing. And in dungeons, I have to say Tayrel is better because he brings that turn meter reduction, he brings the defense down along with damage, and he brings that attack down on his A1. You know, whereas with Tomb Lord, there's just too many things that can go wrong with Tomb Lord. That's the thing, is when you're reliant on debuffs rather than damage, there's too much that can go wrong. So again, Tomb Lord is decent. I'm not saying he isn't. Since the buff, they have made him viable. He's good. In dungeons, he might almost be comparable to Tayrel. In Castle, definitely superior to Tayrel just because he has 3 hits on his A1 compared to his. He brings more to the table for the Castle. So it's one encounter though. Overall though, I have to say Tayrel is just better. So that's all that I got though, guys. So stay tuned for the next episode. Hope this was useful for you, and especially for someone in particular on the forums, not to mention names. I kind of think you're a troll, but now you really just can't refute this. I mean, that right there, it's living proof. Tayrel is superior to him, and you saw how many debuffs he was getting off. It's not like he was getting less debuffs. They were getting equal debuffs, all things considered, without resistance, yet Tomb Lord just fell short because, again, Tayrel does damage with the A2. He does not do damage with his A3, which is the defense down attacks that they do. So that's all that I got, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next episode.
Hi guys, this is Anthony here, also known on this channel as AscendantGod. Wanted to thank you for checking out my channel here, really appreciate it. Be sure to check out the other videos. I got plenty of goodies on here. Also check out the description sections in the videos. Got plenty of links on there for real different kinds of goodies that I think would be worthwhile for you guys. If there is something in particular that you don't see on my channel that you want to see, be sure to let me know in the comment section as well. And I think that's about it. All I've got. I'm just going to get back to this thing here. I'm pretty sure if I just... Oh,
we have such sights to show you.
Wow. That's really funny. Same here.